Alright, it says that I am live. Hello everyone who's coming to join, who has joined during this live stream and after this live stream. This is gonna be a small stream. Hello Spooky, how's it going? Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. This is gonna be just a short stream. I'm gonna be doing a full stream tomorrow, but today it's just gonna be a small stream about dinos you should get when you are ready. When you think you are ready to get these dinos. Some of these dinos I actually forgot to announce yesterday, so we're gonna recap on a couple of them. Technically about 4 of them. No. Yeah, 4 of them. Okay, well, let's do it tomorrow, Spooky, okay? Or after the stream, just message me after the stream and I will give you your stuff, okay? But here we go. We're gonna start off with the dinos that pros should get. These are for harvesting as well as pretty much they are fantastic to use. If you guys can get this, hello Strafe, welcome. If you guys can get these guys, you guys will be golden. And I will be saying what they are good for and which map they are good for. Because there are certain dinos that are only good for certain maps or certain areas. So, here we go. We're gonna get going. It'll be nice if I actually get out of orbital camera. Alright. There are 2 dinos in here, but we're gonna worry about that later. And of course it's daytime, it's just that went to sleep. Okay. The first dino that I actually missed yesterday is actually this guy. I don't know how to pronounce these guys' names, so I'm... Right, I hid in the thing. It's these guys. These guys hold water. These guys are fantastic on maps that doesn't really... where their rain systems are a lot longer, or you have to put them near water to actually keep getting water, like Scorched Earth, on Extinction. If you're right by a river, put these guys right by a river. You can have them to fill up cantinas and all that. These things are pretty awesome to have. Like, I have a cantina that's almost empty. I'll show you guys exactly. Yes, I got a lot of things in my inventory. Yeah, you just put it in its inventory, and you just hit fill up canteen. As you saw, the water consumption went down, but it filled up the canteen, which that's what we wanted. So yeah, this is one of the dinos that I actually forgot to mention yesterday. These things are very easy to tame. Keeping them alive, sometimes very tricky. I had a lot of them before and they all kind of died on me because I keep forgetting to filling up the trough with the berries. Kept forgetting. The next dinos, there are a couple of dinos over here. If I could get on the other side, thank you. There are two here, but there is one other place, but we're gonna worry about going there later. Of course, these things are not rendering right. There we go. That's one and that has not. So one of them is the gachas. The gachas... What am I doing? I'm not... What am I doing? That was twitching. The gachas are actually very good. You can get these guys very early in the game. You gotta make some, say, wooden walls, stone walls, metal walls, or even get snow pellets. Some people will just give them the snow pellets to you to go tame them. They are very easy, very passive tamed. You just drop the items, they pick it up, and they eat it, and they get tamed. And they have special abilities, as you saw. This one makes elemental dust, oil, crystals, fungal wood, sand, and green gems. So there's a lot of materials that they can make. So definitely grab a whole lot of them. And it has to have one male, one female. You cannot have two males and produce crystals. It won't work that way. Or two females. It has to be either one male, one female, right beside each other, or alone, either one. So yeah, there's these guys. These guys are awesome to have. There is also the stegos. This is a tech stego that I have. I haven't really used tech stego as much except for kibble. So tech stegos are good to have, especially for PvP and PVE. Mostly for two reasons. They have two abilities. One, they have a tail swipe, which is this one. It doesn't harvest, but if you hit it on a player's dino, it actually knocks the player off of their dino and keeps them off of it. Okay, this one's not harvesting. Why? And there's also this, which I actually just noticed. If you hit one of the buttons on the controller, this is on on PlayStation. I almost said PVE. On PlayStation, it does certain abilities in different things. One will harvest, the other one will not, and so forth and so forth. These guys are fantastic to use. The other one is down in my one of my farms. I am not going to head down there, but they are the snails. For beginners, I'm going to say this: if you want to get a lot of paste, definitely get the snails with the gachas. 8 snails or an up, you'll get probably about 100,000 paste within a day, which is fantastic. One gacha with one of the snails. Definitely have something in the gachas just in case, so they don't accidentally eat the cakes, like berries, meat, snow pellets. It's so they don't eat the veggie cakes and starve out the snails. But besides that, those are the beginner ones, and here we go with the pros. Some of the pros are also some of the beginner ones, which you should get. Oh, and the other one is, I actually forgot to mention on the beginner is one of these guys, the Tabajeras. That's also another one that I forgot. Tabajeras are very good. Very good for taming other dinos. And they could also carry you and one other person. While you fly, your teammate can trank the dino or shoot the enemy that's nearby. That's awesome as well. It's for beginner as well as pro. They're not as fast for pros, but they are pretty good anyway for either or. And we're going to start off with the back. So first we're going to begin with the wyverns. And some of these wyverns, I did say they can be for beginners and for pros. Why are you on allied looking? Why is most of my dinos on allied looking? Like, seriously. Off allied looking, please. Alright, first, for pretty much basically for the pros. Hello, it's been a while. Yes, it has. But getting back for pro dinos, zombie wyverns. Well, actually, pretty much all in general of the zombies and crystal wyverns, just for their speed and power. They are fantastic on their flight speed and all that. I am going to be announcing which, or I will be saying which one is good for which. In general, zombie wyverns, I don't know exactly which is good and which ones are not. I only have the fire one. I'm trying to get a poison and an ice one for myself, or not ice, lightning. All I know is these guys are pretty powerful. They can get a very high level. I have not leveled it up because I'm waiting to actually get enough element shards to clone it. And yeah, zombie wyverns are amazing to have. Like, they are fast, they are powerful, and yes, you can they're only the only way you can get these guys is during the Halloween event. I actually tried to get onto Scorch Earth with one of my buddies to try to go get some zombie wyverns. We were hoping to get a lightning and a poison because we already have a fire. I would wanted to get the other two, but we didn't get to it, which kind of stinks. But they are very cool. They are very creepy and very awesome around the Halloween. Like, come on Halloween, if you saw this during Halloween, would you think that A, that these things are cool, or B, they look freaking scary? You better run. To me, I think it's both, because they are so cool, and also kind of scary and creepy looking, especially the white eyes. Like, the white eyes are just creepy. In general, they are fast. They are faster than the regular wyverns, which is awesome. If you want to get away from other players where they have regular wyverns on PvP, these things are the best because they move very fast. Yeah, C or both. C or both. Alright, moving on to the crystal wyverns. The ember ones are mostly for the power, and just for the power alone. They are so powerful with their flame breath as well as their speed, so they're pretty powerful and fast. All these guys are fast. I'm not going to say which ones are not. I'm going to say exactly which ones are good, which ones are not. But if you want to have power and just have power, crystal embers are one of the best ones to have. They have the flame attacks, which if you actually keep hitting it, you see a little heart symbol looking like it's going up a bit. Like, just like the Gigas where the heart symbol goes up and the Gigas will actually do something to you, which I will be mentioning it when we get to that. But as you guys can see, the flames are starting to turn blue, which is very cool. That's the one thing I like about the embers, because their flame attacks get more powerful and does more damage. Captioned. Don't know exactly what that is, so probably not. The next one is the tropical wyverns. I call this longwing because I will tell you exactly why I call it longwing. These guys are the fastest wyverns of all in general. Like, once you touch a little bit of water and keep on going, their speed is more faster. Not faster, they're fast. Their speed goes fast. They pick up speed, and all they do is get faster and faster every time they hit the water. It doesn't go like more higher every time you hit the water, but it stays longer. Once it hits water, you have 30 seconds for top speed crystal wyverns, and only on the tropical. They're not that powerful, but their breath attack is pretty cool. Like, it shoots hot boiling water. Like, come on, that's actually pretty cool. It would be kind of cool if you actually could put your own canteens into the wyverns and it fills them up, like the camels. But besides that, the tropical wyverns are mostly just for distance, which, if you have one that has all the mutations, has the top stats with health, melee, and the stamina, I'm going to say this: don't worry about the stamina. Don't worry about the melee. Worry about stamina, because if you get it up to this high, you can pretty much go anywhere without even stopping. It is fantastic. It takes a long time. Like, I've gone from one end of Crystal Isles and back without landing. So these things I only use these guys for travel. They are fantastic that way. And the next one is the Blood Crystal Wyverns. Blood Crystal Wyverns do have power and also can heal. I love that ability that they can heal. I use these guys all the time. Excuse me. But yeah, these guys are fantastic. And Strife, I'll give you a couple of eggs that I have that I can give you later. But yeah, Bloods are fantastic. They can breathe like kind of like the tropicals, but their breath is red, which is blood. Once it hits an enemy, it actually does like a link between the enemy dino to the blood wyvern, and it will heal the blood wyvern. After it's dead and after it's done healing, you eat the body and it heals again. It heals more, which is fantastic. So yeah, that's one of them. Out of all three of these guys, I'm gonna say these guys are fantastic for power and speed. Mostly for starting off with speed, I will go with the tropical. If you want to travel very fast and very far without any problems, go with the tropicals. But for power and stay alive longer, I will go with the blood wyverns. They are amazing. They're just amazing all in general. So yeah, we got other wyverns over here. I gotta get on the other side. I couldn't put them on the same spot because, yeah, there was too much. Okay, that was a lag. But as you guys can see, that camel one is actually building up water right now since it's raining. That's the good thing, because they fill up while it's raining too. So if you're not near any area that has water, if you got a bunch of those guys, you have water for quite a while. So that's the one thing good. They're also good if you decided to do like if you're just exploring on the map with just your land dinos. Have one person on that, have another person on another dino for defense and stuff like that. They're just amazing to have. Alright, for the other wyverns, we have the regular wyverns. fire, lightning, poison, and ice. Can't really see the lightning, poison, and oh, there's the lightning. Now we just gotta wait for the races to just show up. But we're gonna start off with the fire. I am gonna say this: fires. If you're ever on Scorched Earth or on Ragnarok, if you're going for an alpha wyvern, as well as going for eggs, I will say have a fire wyvern. They will survive a longest time against the fire wyverns, because since the fire does not affect them, but they do have a powerful bite, they are good for that part, because the alphas are fire wyverns. They don't do that much damage. Well, they do a lot of damage with their bites, but they cannot affect the fire wyverns with their fire breaths, as well as the ember wyverns. If it was between the fire and or ember to go get eggs or go out after the alpha, if you're trying to lure the alpha to somebody, I will use the fire wyvern. If you're just trying to get away from the alpha wyvern, definitely use the ember one, because the ember is just a little faster than the alpha. They're better. They're just faster, which is awesome. Next is the lightning. These guys are fantastic on PvP as well as on PvE. Just because of two reasons. Their speed, they're the fastest regular wyverns than all the rest. They're fastest, but they're also pretty powerful with their lightning breaths. Their lightning breaths will actually tear through just about anything. Just about anything. I actually enjoy these guys just because of their speed and their power. I love it. They're just awesome to have. Next, wyvern. These wyverns are very good for PvP. If there is somebody on their mount, if you can actually hit them correctly, I meant to hit ride. If you actually hit them correctly, like, say right up there in that tree, if you hit them, that poison attack will not just hurt the dino, but will also hurt the player who is riding the dino. Poison attack automatically kills. Well, not automatically. It takes a while, but it does kill. The next wyvern to have, and I'm going to say this, it's good for PvE and very, very good for PvP. Hey, it's definitely been a while, Prime. Welcome back. It's been a while. But the next wyvern you should definitely get, ice wyverns. Ice wyverns, for one reason, for their tankiness, as well as their ice breaths attacks. With the ice breath, it slows down the enemy dino. I'm actually just gonna do this. He has a bit of a better damage. As you guys can see, the ice symbol, it pretty much makes them very slow. But of course, since it's my own dino, it doesn't work, as I could tell. It should have worked, but it did not. That's alright, Prime. You're all good. I'm trying to land. Come on, land. So these dinos, I'm gonna say, if you feel comfortable getting, I would say definitely try to get some. They're good for beginners as well as for pros. For the crystal wyverns are good for both, but for the pros, I would say go for these guys just because the scars are very scary to go in and to go after these eggs. I am playing on Crystal Isles. But yeah, you guys, if you guys want fast flyers and very powerful flyers, definitely go with these guys. These guys are awesome. All dinos are very, very awesome. Yes, this is Crystal Isles. Alright, we're going to start off with the next ones for harvesting as well as carrying. You should be off allied looking. That shouldn't be on allied looking as well as you. We're going to start off with this dino, Megatherium. These guys are fantastic. Just for one reason only. If they're near bugs, they get a boost. Like, they get an amazing boost of damage. They could do so much damage to insects, as well as gather so much chitin out of them. Once you guys tame these guys, you will get a lot of chitin and a lot of... Well, you can get a lot of stuff. Just mostly the chitin and also fiber. These guys collect both, but they collect the chitin a lot more. And on PvP, if you're against somebody who has certain bugs, which I will be showing in a bit, these guys will just tear right through them very, very quick. Which is very awesome. I still gotta breed them like crazy eventually. Sorry if I'm sniffling you guys. Yes, that too. Any insects, including the spider boss, aka the brood mother, these things are very good. If you get them at boss stats ready for that boss, you can actually tear through that boss like very easily. Their defense is not that great, unlike the Rex's, but their power is a little bit more greater, which is amazing. The next dino, these guys are good for also for beginners and also pros. I also forgot to mention this dino yesterday, which there was a lot of dinos that I completely forgot, but these guys are good for harvesting for berries. This guy is one of the lowest ones, but you can also build a little house or base or have turrets on top of this, and you should be able to destroy just about anybody in front of you. So that's one thing you could do. Yes, I will be mentioning that as well. I have not even got to those guys yet, but yeah, if you have those guys with you in the any spider boss fight, aka broodmother, they're good to have. So next dinos for harvesting is the gas bags. The gas bags, they are very good on weight, like fantastic on weight. As you guys will be able to see, this guy's weight is at 7,581, and I can boost it up a little bit more and put it all on weight. Wow, this has no mutation. This is a first gen. Okay. But yeah, these guys are very good. Wyverns can pick these guys up. I think that if the wyverns pick it up, it doesn't interrupt the weight on the wyverns. I'm not too sure. I haven't really tested that out yet. I might actually test that out eventually. Fill these guys up completely, get one of the wyverns, pick it up, see if I can still move. I'll do that later. And next will be the mole rats. Mole rats, if I'm not 100% sure, but if you have a saddle on these guys can roll really fast. And if I'm guessing right, they are... I'm trying to remember exactly what they're good for. Like, I had these guys, and I haven't really used these guys yet. Alright, Prime, you have a wonderful day. Or night. Well, it will be nighttime where you are. So, have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining. But, these guys are pretty good to have. Just because they have the rolling attack, which is pretty cool. I like the rolling attacks. It's fast, it's pretty cool as well. It's just in general, it's really cool. If you guys want to find these guys, the best way is to go to Aberration. That's the only place you can get these guys. So, yeah. Oh, that'll be awesome. Thank you, Prime. Alright, next dino for harvesting. This one is for gathering a lot of berries, as well as thatch. And it's the Bronto. The Bronto is very fantastic to get berries, as well as thatch. They gather so much thatch. I filled one up within 7 minutes. I filled one up to black bar within 7 minutes by using a Bronto. So they do gather thatch very quick. And since they have a platform saddle, you can also build a base on it for PvP kind of style. But they are also very powerful. They are a bit slow, but besides being slow, they are very powerful. They're like a tank kind of way. They're powerful, but they're slow. But they're very good to get berries, thatch, and if I am correct, they are also good to get mushrooms. As you guys can see, we got quite a bit of mushrooms out of that. So if you have these guys on Operation or on Crystal Isles, you will want to get some of the feather lights and glowtails and all of them. It's awesome to have these guys because they can get a lot of that. Well, that's awesome. And a lot of people will say these things are awesome to have for beginning tames. Yes, they are awesome to have beginning tames. A lot of people are not comfortable trying to tame these guys unless you have a trap. Because if you don't want to get killed by other dinos, or you don't want to get killed by it, these guys are pretty tricky to tame right away. But certain people are used to taming it at the first time, and there are some people that are riskier to tame one. On my Switch, I tried to tame one, and it actually destroyed my house on there. It destroyed my house on the island on the Switch. It destroyed it completely, which was pretty funny. But we're gonna get to the next dino, which is awesome to get resources for berries and thatch, is gonna be the mammoth. The mammoth is very fantastic for more than 2 reasons. There's actually 3 reasons. One, they are good for gathering thatch, for carrying wood because they have an amazing weight reduction. If you have the mammoth and a beaver, you can fill up the beaver, put all the wood and the thatch it picked up, put it in the mammoth, and then go again. Once it fills up the beaver again, you put the wood and the thatch in the mammoth and redo again. You could do it up to 3 times doing that method with the mammoth for basic, just when you start taming it. For top stat mammoths, you could probably do it maybe 5 or 6 times, depending if somebody focuses it on the weight as well, on health, melee and weight, which some people do that, but some people don't. But these things are fantastic for harvesting for wood, with the beavers, for wood, and they're good for thatch as well as good for berries. These things are very slow, so you'll be able to like run away, turn around, shoot, run away, turn around, shoot, and so forth and so forth. You just keep on doing it, and you should be able to tame these guys very quick. These guys take superb kibble and berries, but these guys are fantastic to have. I'm running out of food very quick, which I think I'm running or sprinting on, aren't I? Yeah, I was. The other one is good for berries as well as for fiber, especially fiber and thatch, are Dinos. They are amazing to get both. You can go up to any bush, do this as well as to a tree, and you get thatch and fiber out of it. It gets so much. I will show you how much I can get out of it. 2 bushes got 187. These things are so good to have and so amazing. They are just fantastic to have. If you guys have these guys and you guys want to get your buildings up, do designs, like amazing designs, get a lot of materials to build like crazy, Dinos are good to have. Alright, we're going to go to the next harvesting one, which is for berries, which I think is on this side. I didn't really organize these guys when I first did this, so sorry it's going to take a little time. Did I leave another? No, I did not. Okay. The other dino I actually forgot to mention about these guys, the wyverns. They are very good to get thatch as well. When you do their wing attack, they can get quite a bit of thatch, which is awesome. So next will be the meat eaters for gathering meat as well as for attack. Well, let's worry about the meat. The meat, like for farming meat, like doing meat runs and all that, we have the Spino. The Spino is a very good one. It has a lot of power to it and a lot of speed. They're good to get fish, and they're very good to get regular meat. They are very fantastic at that, because these things swim so fast and they run so fast, which is very awesome. I think I forgot a couple of dinos. Did I? No, I did not. Okay. Besides that, these things are very good. If you get these guys at top stats, you can actually do a boss fight. A very easily boss fight. I'm trying to think which boss fight that these guys are good at. I know it's the big gorilla, which I cannot say the dang name. And you could also do the Manticore, but I wouldn't really recommend to do with Spinos because the Spinos don't have that much of a defense. They are good for speed and power, but not good on defense. Yes, they are good to get prime meat. If you want to farm for prime meat, it's definitely with Spinos, because Spinos, if I'm guessing right, if I can remember right, I mean, they are really good to get prime meat. For PvP kind of style, if you want to get away from other people's land dinos, Spinos to go with, because they are so fast when they touch water. You'll be out of their sight very fast. Oh yeah, they can fight Rockwell, which some people do use against Rockwell. They use Spinos, but also use their own armor and shotguns. A lot of people just use the shotguns, actually. They don't even take any times. Some people do, some people don't. The next dino, these guys are good for attack, for pretty much fighting. I'm actually going to wake it up and keep it awake just for a little bit. And it's these guys. These guys are, if you guys are on Aberration, you guys got one of these guys, use it. These guys are fantastic to use. They do so much damage. Like they can pick up dinos and attack them while the dinos are inside their mouths, and they're fantastic. Like they do so much damage. But on any other map besides Extinction, they will go to sleep during the daytime. They are nocturnal. So on Extinction, these guys are amazing to have. You guys have chances to get these guys, go get them. If you decide to go to an Aberration map, take one with you, and these guys will be fantastic. Take one of these guys as well as the next one of the next dinos I will be showing off. But the next one and this will be again for meat runs as well as boss fights. It's actually kind of two, because you can actually breed them. Actually, it'll be three, actually. These three will be the top ones to get, but one of them is the Allosaurus. The Allosaurus, especially the X-Allosaurus. Well, Allosaurus in general. If you have more than two, or if you have more than one, if you have two other ones with your one, they do a bleed effect and a roar, which is fantastic, which I cannot do it because I do not have another one. These guys are fast and very powerful while you have a pack with them. They are also very awesome to have in a boss fight. I would say against the gorilla is one of them. And I believe also, and I'm just guessing on this one, I think it's also the Overseer. They are fantastic against. If you have these guys, a Uni and a Rex, as well as a Giga in there, you can do the Overseer within... You can beat the Overseer within 5 minutes, I believe, by the time you get to him. But besides that, Allos are fantastic for damage. They are just amazing. The next one are good for meat runs as well as for damage. They are the main dinos for boss fights, and they are the Rexes. The Rexes are so amazing. They beat just about everything. They can pretty much just about anything does not attack them except for Spinos, other Rexes, and Gigas, and also Wyverns. But any of those guys, besides those guys, just about anything else does not attack them. And even if they do attack, they just rip them to shreds. But yeah, Rexes are fantastic to have. They are so powerful. They're fast. Well, not fast, but they are pretty powerful. And also on PvP, if you're against other players and you see somebody has a smaller dino, if you do this roar, it automatically makes the dino poop. And kind of makes the dino a little bit scared, which it freezes for a sec. Just for a sec, which your other teammates can come and attack with their Rexes or whatever dinos they have and do fierce damage to them. The next dino, and these are the key ones for boss fights. In any boss fight, you want to have these guys with you, and they are the Unis. The Uranus. I think I said that name wrong, but I'm just going to call it the Uni. Unis are fantastic for more than two things. For a little bit further damage, and their speed. They are so fast. But they also have two abilities. They have this one, which makes just about any enemy dino fear them. If you're near an enemy dino, or a player is riding their dino, like say a raptor or anything smaller than a crystal wyvern, if you do this attack, if you do this ability, they get feared and their dino will go out of control. Will fly around, run around. They will not be able to control it. Yeah, I used to call them that too. There are people do call them feather Rexes. I have called them that a couple of times. But the other ability that is fantastic, especially in boss fights, are this ability. If you do this ability, their attack is increased, doubled. They do more damage, and they are a lot more better against bosses. If you have somebody in a boss fight with these guys, all you need to do is just keep on doing this, and it keeps increasing their attack. And don't ever stop. So definitely at birth, have one that is over 2,000 melee, or not 2,000 melee, over 2,000 stem, and 25,000 health. If you have something like this, it is declared as a boss uni. They are fantastic to have. I like them. They're fast. I just like them in general. During the boss fights, I've never used a Rex. I've always used these guys because I like using them. It's just amazing in general. Like, I like these guys. The next ones are good for meat runs, and these guys are fantastic for it. And it is the Gigasaurus, or as some people just say, Giga. There's another name, but I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name actually. These guys are massive. These guys gather meat and hide so easily. You can actually get so much meat and so much hide. They're one of the top stats or top ones to get. For that, they are very difficult to tame. I can admit that. They are very difficult. The way to tame them is with a trap. Definitely a trap. You do not want to do it while you're running away from it and trying to trank it. You're going to run out of stem and then you're going to die. They are that difficult. You definitely got to be a pro to get these guys. Once you get these guys, you are golden in just about anything. These guys take expert kibble. These guys are... They don't have a lot of stem, but they have a lot of power in their bites. The one thing, if you're on Extinction or on any boss fight and you take these guys with you, they take a lot of damage. They will actually do this. What happened to Strife yesterday, we were on Extinction yesterday. That's why it took a little longer to start up the stream yesterday. We were doing an orbital drop. His Giga took so much damage. His Giga's eyes started to glow and pretty much knocked him off the saddle and killed him. It was funny. It was just funny. We were laughing for about an hour or more. We were just laughing, and because I've never seen it happen. I've heard of it happening, but I've never seen it. But having a Giga on PvP, they are fantastic to have because they can just about bite through just about anything. The only thing they cannot bite through is metal and tech. But if you have these guys, they can rip through just about anybody else's base, or just about anybody's bases with ease. And also their dinos. Like, no problem. They're amazing to have. The next dinos for gathering some meat, I would say you could also use Thylas for meat runs. They are very fast. They can climb. They're also very good for cave runs. If it's between these guys and Deinonychus, I would go with Thylas because they have better defense. They also have a bleed effect, which is awesome. They got a TLC for that, which is... I like that TLC when they did that. They're good for PvP as well as PvE. They do gather some meat, or quite a bit of meat. They are awesome for that. There's other dinos are good for meat. This one, or these three would be good for... fish, if you're doing like rivers and all that. One is the baryonyx. If you get these guys are fantastic to have. They have a stun attack in the water. If they're in the water, they spin around with their tails, stun the enemy dino, gives you time to bite them and kill them and get their meat, get the fish meat. They're also good for PvP for that as well, which is awesome. I'm actually starting to breed my baryonyx and hopefully trying to get a fantastic baryonyx. The next dino is, I just call this thing an alligator. They're fast. They can jump. Okay, not jump, but they... Okay, that's the jump button. This jump ability, they can take a enemy dino or take you off of... They could take a player off of their dino. These guys are good for that part. These guys are good for certain PvP. Besides that, they're just good for collecting. But they're also they're actually pretty good to gather some fish meat. They're fast runners. They're fast swimmers. Like, they're very, very fast for swimmers. For runners, not that fast, but they are pretty, they're decent speed. It's a decent speed. Besides that, these guys are pretty good to have. If you get them with good stats, you can knock just about anybody off of their dinos and kill them within a couple of bites before they do anything to you or to your dino. The next one is a bit more tankier, good for underwater cave runs, and it's the Sarcos. I call this one Water Jet because he is super fast in the water, but the Sarcos are amazing. They are tankier, they have a lot of damage, and they're so fast in the water, they hardly anything can catch up to them. I've never seen anything catch up to me in the water. Me and my friend actually did a race on his personal server. He was on a Sarco, I was on a Mosa, and we were just racing, and I could never catch up with the Sarco. Not once. I could never catch up. So these things are very fast and very amazing to have. So if you guys ever have a chance to get these guys are very awesome. Are very easily to get. Regular kibble to get both of these guys. These guys are easy to get. Actually, it's all three. Regular kibble for all three of these guys. These guys are very easy. If you guys have trank darts or shocking trank darts, if these guys grab you, aim at their head, shoot, within 2, maybe 4 shots, these guys are knocked out, and you'll be able to tame it. I did that and I actually tamed it really easily. As well as with this, that these guys did the same thing, but I couldn't shoot it. My buddy had to shoot it. But these guys are fantastic to have. So yeah, they're good for that. The next one that is good for harvesting for meat as well as pelp, especially pelp, and these are the dire wolves. Dire wolves are amazing to get pelp. If somebody used their shotgun or used a dino to kill a uni or another wolf or any dino that has pelp, use these guys, take their pelp, and because these guys get, I believe it's like 3 times more than the Giga. The Giga will get 800, maybe 400 from a wolf. These guys will probably take maybe 20 pelp, maybe more, just from killing another wolf. And I say these guys are for pros because they're in a pack. If you don't know how to tame them as a beginner, and you figure out how to do it later on as a pro, because I learned how to do it by after I have tamed just about everything else. Wolves are amazing to have. I'm going to say that they have the howl to boost up their attacks, which definitely are good for PvP as well as PVE. They can kill just about anything. If you have a big enough army, you can kill just about anything. I know somebody I heard that had like 40 wolves that killed a Giga. They only lost about half of their wolves, but they killed the Giga. But they're awesome. Next one for harvesting. I'm just getting on the other side because that's where some of them are. We're harvesting meat. These guys are a little bit difficult because I've never used these guys really as these guys. Certain cave runs, these guys are amazing. Meat runs, I haven't really used them, but as I know of, they are pretty good at it. But in cave runs, if you ever wanted to go in a cave, these guys, is I know, can climb, I think, anything and everything. And I don't think I can squeeze through that, can I? Nope, because the RG is blocking me. Okay. I want to show you guys what these guys can do. but I can't do it with in the way. Alright. It's still in the climbing thing. As you guys can see, it can climb. And you can climb it upside down, which is awesome. You can use any weapon. They're awesome to have. You can climb anything and everything, which is fantastic. So if you're trying to sneak into somebody else's base and they're inside a cave, they don't have turrets, but they have a small entrance. You want to sneak in easily, use these guys. These guys are awesome. These guys are very fantastic for that, for PvP as well as cave runs. So yeah, definitely have those guys. These guys are just amazing to have. They're a pain to tame, but once you tame one or two, they are fantastic. For meat runs, if I am correctly, they do gather some meat, so they're not as good as the bigger ones, but they are still fantastic to have. Alright. The next ones are going to be for stone and for stone and metal gathering. And the metal gathering and a little bit of the stone will be the Magmasaur. Magmasaur gathers stone from any rock. As you can see, it took some metal out of that. It eats metal, and it also it eats stone, but it eats meat as well. These guys are awesome, especially for PvP, because you could charge them up. As you can see, it's doing the smelting thing, which smelts the metal, and you can fire it. But if you hit a button, and I'm not going to do it because I'm right by my own dinos, it can actually burn any dinos around you. So these things are also good for PvP. If you have metal ingots, you can use these guys to shoot a fireball. These things are awesome to get metal as well as crystals. Gems, like blue gems, red gems, green gems, I don't know exactly because I haven't really used these guys to harvest any of them. I've just used my Ankies and or gachas. But I'm pretty sure these guys are really good for that part, to get those items. But besides that, that's all I know. For carrying metal, I will show you guys something. You see it's a 0.1 or 1.0 weight on the Magmasaur, but it's 4.0. So it takes out a quarter of it off, like 3/4. These guys are pretty good with that. So yeah, these guys are good to gather metal as well as the Ankies. Ankies, I'm gonna say, beats these guys with the weight. For the gathering part, these guys are gathering metal a lot more better. But besides that, the other one for other gathering, for harvesting, I will say this would be the best one to have for harvesting some stone, or one of the bestest, and it is the rock golem. As you can see, it's my rock golem or rock element. Of course, it's being a little weird, but yeah, golems are awesome to have. They're good for base guards as well as for gathering some stone. They just gather stone as well as sand if you're in the desert, but they are awesome to get stone. You hit a crystal, you hit a crystal, which there's a crystal right over there. If you hit it, you just get stone. That's the same thing with the donkey. they're just good for that, just to get the stone. They're not good for carrying the stone because it doesn't reduce the weight on it, unlike the donkey, which does reduce weight. But these guys are good for defense as well as a little bit of offense. Don't ever take these guys in a boss fight or against an alpha. These guys will die against those very quick. Alright, now it will be about the PvP, or no, now it'll be about the weight as well as the other bird, pretty much just the birds. Pretty much just the small flyers. The Argentavis, as a lot of you guys know, they're the iconic birds throughout all of Ark. They can carry a lot, which is awesome. They have the fantastic weight. They do weight reduction on wood, metal, stone, and crystals. There's a few other ones that they also do on weight reduction. They're fantastic for harvesting to get stuff and to put them into their inventory. They can fly for a long time. They're very good at that. Besides that, they're good for. Sorry if I'm kind of losing myself. They're also good for PvP, just for their damage. They do a lot of damage, as well as they eat a body, like a dead body, they heal. They're just like the Blood Wyverns with that one. They eat a body, they heal a bit, which is awesome. Another flyer, as you can see right beside it, is the Snow Owl. Snow Owls, they're not for harvesting. They're good for traveling to one end of the map to the other, depending on how much stem you put onto it. But they are fantastic as melee wise, as well as staying alive. I went through all of Ragnarok, and I've killed Rexes, and I've killed Aloes with just a Snow Owl. Snow Owls they're just amazing in general. They are fast, they are powerful. They have certain abilities, like one, they can heal any other dinos and players. They can also see thermal vision, where you can see their body heat. So if you're going to try to find a certain dino or a certain player's body, because your teammate or your tribe mate have died and it only got killed by a plant eater, these guys are good to find their body. Snow owls are just amazing in general. They're just amazing to have. I've used them for so many times, and I can't get enough out of them. Like, they're amazing. They're really amazing. Yes, and I will be getting to those guys in a bit as well. The other flyer, actually these two other flyers, these guys are fantastic flyers. One for their speed as well as their lengthy flight, and it's the Griffins. Griffins, I'm gonna say they're like close to the end of the beginners and to beginning of pros. Griffins are amazing to have. Once you have these guys, you can actually do just about anything. You can tame just about anything and build just about anything. These guys are amazing all around, just because you can actually get on them. I don't have a rifle, so I can't really, well, I can use that. Just imagine this is a rifle. You can actually shoot a Quetzal while you're flying. These guys are pretty fast. They go side to side, back and forwards. They don't go up and down unless you do this. But they also have a unique flying ability, which I do like. Snow Owls have this ability, which if you actually use two of the abilities, the dive bomb and its healing ability, it freezes everything in its area. The Griffins just smash down and do some damage. They're pretty good in PvP. They can pick up other players, which is awesome. You can pick them up, take them up, drop them, and kill them that way. These things are very awesome for that, for PvP and PvE. PvE, they're awesome for so you can have a passenger. So if you're trying to get your tribe mate to get their dino, use your griffin to fly them to their dino and that. They're very good on that. I love the griffins. They are so amazing for traveling. The next dino, these guys are good for gathering metal as well as other stuff. They also have a platform, as you guys can see, a platform saddle. You can build a small base on them. And it's the Quetzals. These guys are not fast, but these guys are very good dinos. You can actually have these guys up high if you're on PvP. I've actually seen a couple of people do these on videos where they fly so high close to the barrier, have a bunch of Quetzals, and build their little bases on them and just stay up there. They use their tech suits to jump up, to fly up to them, and to get to their stuff. They won't use their dinos or anything like that to get up there because so they don't get noticed. But these guys are amazing to have. And you can stay hidden very easily because no one really goes all the way up to the barrier. Not really. So you just got to make sure you're not noticed. So when you're doing it, if you're on PvP, go out in the middle of the ocean. Make sure no one's around you and just fly up with your tech suit. Get up there, get onto your Quetzal, and there you go. There's all your dinos, all your gear, and all of that. The next two flyers, I've already talked about one of them, but there is something that they are good for. One for luring other dinos, as well as tranking. And those are Tabajeras. They are fantastic for that. You can have a partner on them to shoot the enemy dino or the tame that you're trying to tame, like a Quetzal or anything like that. They're fantastic for that. And the next dino, the next flyer, I go with this flyer because it is one of the fastest flyers. I am not going to try to pronounce it, but it is the new flyer that came out for Crystal Isles. It was the flyer that was announcing for Crystal Isles. It has a jetpack on its back, which it's amazing, with a grenade launcher. These guys are good for PvP and PvE. These guys are amazing all in general, for multiple reasons. One, to get wyvern eggs, and also to get crystal wyvern eggs, and just in general, just to fly very fast and very far without stopping. They're amazing at that. So if you guys ever have a chance to get these guys, get them, use them, do whatever. For PvP, you can have the grenade launcher and you can do so much damage to the base. But when the players are away from the base, I'm going to say take up the grenades out of the flyers throw the grenades at the base because throwing the grenades actually do more damage. But they're so fast. They have a maneuvering ability where if you hit the left joystick, or no, the right joystick on the controller on the PS4 or PS5 controller, they do a loopy-loop backwards kind of flip kind of thing. They will go back so far where you can't see their base and they can't see you. And you can get away very quick. That's the one thing I like about these guys. They're fantastic to go into the Scar or into the Crystal Wyvern nest and gather eggs. They are so fast and easy to get away. Like, very easily. The next dinos, and these dinos I'll be talking about, they're just for partial land as well as partial gliding or kind of... Oh, there's one other flyer that I forgot. This flyer is fast, it's a little bit powerful, and it's the Phoenix. The Phoenix has two abilities, which, as you guys can see, just drop down some silicon pearls. And I do not know why you're on Allied looking. You should be off of it. If you guys have these guys out, and if you put some, sulfur into them, they eat sulfur. They only eat sulfur. But they're good for speed, as well as they can shoot fireballs. So they're good for PvP as well as PvE. PvE, they're just good for harvesting for pearls in general. Like, they're good at that. For PvP, they're good for the fireballs as well as for getting away from certain people. As well as sometimes using the fireballs to do the damage. So yeah, that is the flyer, and this is my USA Phoenix, as you guys can tell, the red, white, and blue. I like this one. I just enjoy this one. It's amazing. Alright, the next few dinos, these guys are for the traveling ones. They're fast in certain areas. They are really good in those areas. We're going to start off with the very first one, and that will be the Bloodstalker. These guys are amazing. I'm going to show you why I say they're amazing. They are, if you're ever in the Redwoods, I'm going to say this, use these guys. These guys can swing very fast. Like, you can travel through the Redwoods and Crystal Isles within 3 minutes. Like, just look how fast these guys are. Me and my friends actually had a race with these guys. I was on mine, and he was on his Crystal Wyvern, on his Tropical. He kept touching the water while I'm just doing this, and I got out of the Redwoods with no problem. These guys are amazing to travel with. So, if you guys ever have a chance to get these guys, they also have they're also good for another kind of thing for getting Magmasaur eggs. So that is two things for these guys, that these guys are good for travel as well as getting certain eggs. You can also use these guys to lure dinos to tame. But they're good. They're good dinos to have. Like, I enjoy these guys. These guys are just, in general, a lot of fun and very fast. And yeah, they're pretty much the Spider-Man kind of dinos on Ark. That's the one thing I like. I enjoy these guys because they're kind of like Spider-Man, and since it's doing the rendering lag, I'm not going to move because it is rendering lag a lot. Alright, there we go. These guys do move pretty quick too. They could also walk on water, which is awesome. She knows I'm doing this, and she's calling me now. I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, I'm back. It must have been important because she called 3 times, so yeah. Sorry about that. Another dino, actually this dino is actually, it's kind of good for traveling, but also good for taming. They're not good for damage. They don't do damage at all. But they are good to carry a lot of people. And it's these guys. Diplodocus? These guys, they just push. If you have their saddle, you can fit about 10 people on it. 5 on each side, plus the driver. These guys are pretty good if you have tribes that are trying to tame. 5 people on each side that have trank darts. You could trank a dino pretty quick. Or if you're on PvP and you're trying to use these guys to travel, but people are just flying or just trying to kill you on the sides, the tribe mates could use their guns and rocket launchers and all that to kill the enemy. They are awesome to have. A lot of people don't use them because they don't hurt other players or other dinos. That's the only down part, but you can push them off cliffs, which is pretty cool. I like that part where you can just push them off the cliff. Another dino that is good for traveling in caves as well as other things are the Ravengers. The Ravengers are very good for pretty much cave runs. Just if you have zip lines, they can climb on them. They can also jump, and if they have a pack, they increase their damage and all that. That's the one thing I forgot to mention. They're also very good on PvP since they have a bleed effect. Definitely have them when you're having a pack. Having a pack is a little bit more better. Another one for major traveling throughout Genesis. You could also do it on Aberration. I use it on both, and those are the rock drakes. These things are amazing for traveling. I have one of my rock drakes on Genesis, and I have one here, and one I will be having one when I get a chance on Aberration. These guys are amazing. Their gliding abilities are awesome. Their climbing abilities are also awesome. And they can also cloak. They're awesome when they're cloaked. They look so cool. They look like the creatures from the Predator world. Like, they look really cool. Like, they're cool, they're fast, their gliding ability is so amazing. They're just awesome in general. The way to get these guys, you have to get their eggs on Aberration. Once you get their eggs, hatch them, raise them. They have to have, I believe, some sort of toxin. I'm just trying to remember exactly what it's called. I think it starts with an N. But you get those toxins, you feed them to it, and you raise them. They're pretty cool. They have two saddles, a tech saddle and a regular saddle. Tech saddle just has them to shoot. The regular saddle is just you'll be able to ride. I would go with the regular because the tech saddle is a little bit more harder to use with the Reaper, with the Rock Drake's abilities. But besides that, they are amazing. Thank you, Nameless Toxin. You feed them while they're growing up. I have 3 of them that I still gotta raise. And I still gotta get an egg for myself. I have it for imprinted to me, but yeah, these guys are just, in general, amazing to have. Another one for traveling, and these guys are amazing. They're fast. They're also powerful. I've seen people take these guys in the cove on Regorock, as well as on Crystal Isles at the Wyvern Nests. They are also good to travel on Extinction. They are fast. They are powerful. They have an ice breath. And I call them the Ice Wolves, but a lot of people call them Mana. They are fantastic. They jump 3 times. They also do a skydive attack. They also have their Ice Breath attack, which is very awesome. You can use that, and it does so much damage. I've actually... When the Thanksgiving event was happening, I was using these guys only to kill the super turkeys. I did use the Giga once, but I've also used the Manas against the super turkeys. Just kept using the Ice Breath attack and just kept walking backwards. And I killed so much of them, it was really easy. These guys could possibly kill a Giga very easily as well, without any problems. Like, these guys in general are just amazing to have. They're also very good on PvP. They're good in all around PvP and PvE. PvP, they're amazing to stop certain flyers if you actually can hit them. Once you hit them, the flyers will actually go directly to the ground, looking like they're prone, like there's stop right there. Kind of like it does the freezing ability like the Snow Owls, but this ability does damage instead of the Snow Owl ability that heals. So, Snow Owls are the heal, these guys are for the damage, which is very awesome. I've actually seen people use these guys against the Manticore. Bring these guys with the Uni. These guys just tore right through it very easily. If you like your mana and you don't want to risk it, don't do it. But I've seen people do it, and it's kind of easy, but it's also kind of fun to see. But yeah, those are the traveling ones. The rest of the ones I'm going to be talking about, they're mostly good for PvP, for attacking and protecting your base. And we're going to start off with the Vontosaurus. Vontosaurus? I think I said that name right. Some people just call these guys the pin shooters, because if you go into this stage, you just shoot pin missiles. That's all you do. These things do so much damage. You could take down a rock element with just one of these guys. I took down a 150 rock element by just doing this. Just shooting the whole entire time. Ran out of stem twice, but these things are awesome for PvP kind of situations. You can have these guys as your turrets. Put these guys in turret mode, and put some stone in them to keep them still, and they will shoot everything. Well, you can set them to shoot everything. They are, in general, they're just awesome to have for that. They're also good to protect your yard on PVE, just in case, like, say, a wyvern decided to come out of nowhere, and or a giga. If you have a bunch of these guys protecting your base, the giga will die pretty quick, but these guys are very easy to tame. They take regular kibble, and they're pretty powerful. That's the one thing I like about these guys. These guys are very, very powerful. So yeah. The other one of them is also the Ravengers. They're good for PvP, as I said. But the other one I am going to mention, these ones are good against gigas. For people who have giga, these are meant for PvP, but I grabbed some for PvE just because I wanted to. And it's the Kentros. The Kentros are like small stegos, but more spikier. I am not trying to grab stone. Stop grabbing the stone, dang it. But yeah, these guys are amazing. If any dino bites onto them, or attacks them at all, they get recoil damage back because their spikes are all around throughout their back and a little bit to the front. These things are pretty cool. I wish you could put a saddle on these guys and ride them, but you can't. So you can have these guys follow and stick with you. These guys will protect you against certain gigas, because gigas won't go after these guys. Even wild gigas, they will not attack these guys. Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry again. Besides that, there is two last dinos for the PvP kind of thing. And one of them is the Mantis. I just call them the Mantis because that's all they are, pretty much. We got a few more other dinos to talk about, but the Mantis, they have certain abilities. One is like a spit kind of thing, where they shoot acid and it does damage to all types of items. Metal, tech, stone, anything like that. And I just got it stuck. I was not meaning to get it stuck, but let's try to whip it out of there. I think it's stuck, so yeah. We're gonna pot it and toss it back out. But yeah, these guys are good. If you guys have these on turret mode and you have them around your base, these guys will destroy your enemy's armor very fast. I don't know how many times I actually went hunting and I saw these guys and they destroyed my armor with even just one shot. Like, these things do a lot of damage to your armor. Like, so much. Like, these guys are just crazy with that. Another one that is good for PvP, and that... Oh, two more. One is the Willy Rhino. They're also good for PvE, for damage kind of situations. You could also use these guys for doing certain boss fights, like just the ground ones. I think against the gorilla and something else, but I can't remember. They're very powerful. They have a high enough melee. They also have a charge attack, which is awesome. I like about the rhinos. They can also harvest some berries, which is awesome. But this other dino, you can see it right there, is the Reaper King. These guys are just really cool. One, you can ride them without a saddle. They have a poison attack, which if you shoot an enemy, they get a certain poison effect. I don't think it can actually hurt any of my dinos, which is awesome. But if you hit an enemy's dino, they'll have a poison effect. These guys are very powerful if they're imprinted to you. You can't breed them, which kind of stinks, but you can do this attack, and it could throw back the enemy dinos pretty far back. And if you're in PvP and you want something to protect your base and you do not want them to get noticed right away, put them like that. Once they're like this, they are really, like, they are well hidden. They're pretty hidden, except for unless you're a pro and you know it is if it is a Reaper. But besides that, they are so good. You can also have it where, okay, let's actually do this. Put follow enabled. They actually do this. They follow you underground, which is so creepy and so cool. Like, I like that about them. They're awesome. Actually, they can't be bred. I wish they could, because there is no gender on these guys. It's only between the Reaper King and Reaper Queen, and getting a Reaper Queen is impossible. You only can get the Reaper Kings. But you do get babies, which the only way to get a baby is by attacking the Reaper Queen, getting enough damage on the Reaper Queen while the Reaper Queen grabs you and impregnates you. Which, if you do get impregnated, I'm going to say get into a small little room closed up where you can imprint it right away. Definitely have some meat. You also need to get Reaper Queen's glands. Yeah, Reaper Queen's glands. So you got to kill a lot of Reaper Queens to raise these guys. But these guys are really amazing for that, for against PvP. There are one or two dinos that I forgot to mention that I just noticed, and one of them is the Ferox. The Ferox, if I had any elemental, I would feed it and show you what it does, but I don't have any element to do that. But you can have these guys ride you, which gives you a boosted to cold and to heat. It helps you against that. The one thing is amazing with these guys, they are so dang cute when they're like that. They can smell element, which is awesome. They're pretty easy to tame too. You just gotta have elements. So if you're on Genesis, buy a lot of elements so you can tame these guys. They're very easy to get. They're very fun to have too. Like, I like these guys. These guys are so adorable. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it. The only way you can breed these guys if you have them at 100%, 100% on the element. For both of them, the male and the female, that's the only way you can breed them. I'm actually still waiting for a female, but they're pretty cool. The next dino is part of the harvesting where you get the meat with the Giga or any of your other dinos. If you have these guys, the Hyaenodons. The Hyaenodons reduce weight on the meat as well as preserve it for a little bit more longer. Not as long as the fridges, but they do preserve it a little bit longer than it would be in your regular dino or in your inventory. I like these guys because nothing really goes after these guys. Like, I've never seen any dino go after the Hyaenodons, not once. So that's the one thing I kind of like. Like, I've never seen anything go after them. Like, I will have it follow with my Giga, and I will go into pretty crazy areas, and the Hyaenodon will not get attacked. Not once. Not even from a Pego. And Pegos are pretty annoying to deal with. Another dino to have. These things are awesome to have for PvP or as well as PvE. Are the Diodons. I think I said that wrong. I believe I did. But these guys are pretty good. They eat a lot. So if you're on PvE and you bring these guys in a boss fight, make sure you have a lot of meat in these guys. Because in a boss fight, you can actually engage healing pulse. Where it actually heals everything around you. If something is damaged or nothing is damaged. Anything is damaged near you, these things will start healing. Right away. They do eat a lot while they're doing that. Besides that, they're... that's the only thing they're good, really good for. They're good for boss fights as well as for PvP. That's the only thing is good for these guys. I don't use these guys any other reason except for that. I still need to breed these guys to get good stats. But besides that, I don't know if I'm missing any other dinos. Am I missing any other ones? I don't think so, but these are all the top ones that I think you guys should get. Most of them are for pros. There are a little handful for beginners if you get them. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed it. Yeah, I did not do that long. I did about an hour and 43 minutes talking about dinos you should tame and you should not tame. And that was a major lag if it took me all the way there. That's funny. Reverse, beep, beep. beep, beep. But another dino is for pros. If you're not comfortable getting... I actually forgot to mention it. If you're not comfortable getting it as a beginner, and that is the Deinonychus. Since the Deinonychuses do a lot of damage, if you cannot get the parents away from the eggs fast enough, and you don't want to be patient, wait until you're a pro. But a beginner, I could definitely say these guys are awesome to have. So, besides that, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be doing another one tomorrow, on Friday, talking about the water dinos. I was going to do it today, but I decided not to. I actually forgot this one. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot this one. There's this little guy. These guys, if you guys have these guys at all, PVE and PvP, these guys help with leveling up your dinos and also your player yourself. You guys have those guys following, and you could attack just about anything nearby. There's a boost on experience, which is very cool. I like that about these guys. I am gonna boost up its weight because this thing its weight needs more weight. But yeah, these little guys are so awesome to have. There's another dino, but I only use them for kibble. But these guys are actually very easy to tame. You just get rare flowers and just feed them, and they will be fully tamed within minutes. Like, they're that easy to tame. Like, they're just amazing. You cannot ride them. There's another dino. I have it put away. I'm not gonna go grab it, but it's the mud chops. Those things are good to get, if I'm correct, I think it's fiber and or seeds that they get very easily. But yeah, these dinos are my point of view on dinos that you should get. There's certain dinos that I do not have that I cannot mention that because I've never used them. I am just looking down. That's just looks a little weird. And now I'm just looking straight that way. That's a little weird. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing it for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions of any ideas of streams or videos that I should do, please let me know in the description, into the comments, and or DM me. And let me know what you guys want me to talk about on the next stream or next videos that I do. On building places, on building traps, how to tame certain dinos, how to raise dinos, anything like that. Just ask questions. If you guys have any questions for me to answer, I will do it. I will be doing a challenge day. One day next month on April 27th. I will be doing a stream on that day, and that will be stuff that you guys want me to do. It doesn't matter what it is. You guys could challenge me to do anything. You guys could tell me to go. I challenge you to, let's say, use the Deinonychus or use a raptor to steal an egg and try to get away without dying. I will try that if you guys say it. Any challenges you guys tell me to do that day, I will do it. I will try to do it. Alright? Besides that, you guys, I hope you guys do enjoy this. I will see you guys next time. If you guys did like this, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe, please hit the little bell notification for future contents. that I'm going to do. And as always, game on, have fun with friends and family, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on Ark again. And this will be just a full stream on building and or taming. Have a wonderful day, you guys. And I hope I'll see you guys next time. God bless. Bye.